The first Zelda game I ever played when I was a kid was Link's Awakening DX for the Game Boy Color. I couldn't figure out anything when I played it. All I really did was cut grass and kill this guy. Then I cut some more grass. I thought that was the whole game. Then Ocarina of Time came out, and I did the same thing. I couldn't figure out the way out of Lost Woods even. I decided back then that I don't like Zelda, or that I'm too stupid for it. As the years went by and more Zelda games came out that were praised and loved by pretty much everybody with every release, I had thought to myself, maybe I'm missing something here? So, in January 2024, I gave Ocarina of Time another chance, and it was confusing as hell. I'm a grown-up now, so at least I was able to figure out my way out of Lost Woods this time around. I got out of town, I went to the castle. It went pretty well. I did the sneaky castle section, met Zelda and shit, I was progressing slowly but surely. But then, there's a cutscene where Ganondorf kidnaps Zelda, and she throws the Ocarina of Time into a river. Unfortunately, at the exact moment where Zelda throws the ocarina, I went like this. So when the cutscene ended, I had no idea what to do. I actually missed the ocarina in Ocarina of Time. All I had to do was turn around and jump in the water, but I missed that part. So I asked Navi, and Navi was like, listen, get the ocarina and then let's get out of here or something. So I ran around the entirety of Hyrule talking to people, doing little side stuff, farming rupees, anything but following the main story for like 6 hours until I decided that I need to look up a guide. Imagine how stupid I felt when I found out that I had missed the item that's in the title of the damn game. I had moments like these a lot during this game, because my brain was trained by modern games to either have a map marker, a quest marker, or yellow tape or color that showed me where to go and what to do and what to climb. So after 30 hours, referring to a guide every now and then, I finally managed to finish Ocarina of Time. And while I felt insanely stupid a lot of times and got frustrated a lot, I ended up absolutely loving the game. The dungeons, the characters, the story, the music were just so damn good. So I wanted more, but I wanted to go back further in time, so the next Zelda I played was A Link to the Past. And that was just fucking confusing. That was the game that made me wonder if I should maybe call a doctor for my brain. My untrained brain rot Diablo Skyrim-ass mind was not ready for this. I couldn't wrap my head around the simplest shit. I was flipping through a guide like an attorney through a phone book. And I know. Just try to figure it out, man. Don't use a guide, dude. Yeah, I understand. But you don't understand. The first dungeon, I spent 14 hours in that dungeon, running around looking at shit. Listen, I don't know why I couldn't see how this wall was obviously crumbling. I thought of it. I saw it. I'm like, nice textures. Let's move on. I could not put one and one together. Modern games have ruined me. So yeah, I played the game with a guide. But you know what? Shortly after like the halfway mark, I needed the guide less and less. I was learning how to play a Zelda game. You need to try shit out. Even if something seems like a silly idea, try it. There were several times where I was like, oh, that actually worked? And after around 20 hours when I rolled the credits on A Link to the Past, I was just thinking to myself, that was amazing. How fluid this game feels to play even today, how clean it looks, how satisfying the sounds are, how good the music is, how pink Link's hair is. Zelda as a franchise has started to grow on me like something like a growth. And then I played the game where Zelda as a concept finally clicked for me. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I played the original Link's Awakening on my Game Boy, but I didn't understand anything. So this time around, I played the remake. First of all, is this the cutest, most adorable game in existence? It was almost too much for me. I thought I was gonna have to steal my grandma's insulin. I was awing and oohing all over the place. And the sound effects, oh my god. Everything I did in this game was so satisfying to do that I said, you know what? I'm gonna play this without a guide. I love this. And there's those little phone booth houses where you can call a guy that tells you vaguely what you should be doing next. That'll help a little bit. But then came this fucking trading sequence quest. Oh my god, they don't tell you about that. There's 15 items that you have to trade with various characters in the game so you can get some mandatory items that you will need to progress the game. The first 5 tradings are completely unskippable. You need those items to progress. Anything after those 5 items, it's stuff that makes the game a lot easier. Not meaning that the game will be a breeze with those. I mean, if you don't get these, you're kind of fucked. But the way you do this trading quest is by literally talking to everybody you meet until you find someone that will trade their ribbon with your Yoshi doll. Then you trade that ribbon for someone else's can of dog food, and so on and so forth. That trading sequence, I had to use a guide on. I just couldn't do it completely without a guide. But the dungeons? I did them. Me. No help on that, just actually using my God-given brain. And that was insanely satisfying. I loved Link's Awakening. So much, in fact, that I started playing the original not too long after I rolled the credits on the remake. And I'm having an absolute blast. Since then, I have also finished Majora's Mask, by the way. Don't even get me started on how confused I was several times in that game. But since I have now played and understood Zelda a little bit more, I was able to think the way that a Zelda game wants you to think. Zelda wants you to pay attention. Zelda wants you to think for yourself and try some stuff, see what happens, explore, watch your step, and most of all, Zelda wants you to have a good time. And now I'm super excited to play some more Zelda. Like, I have never even touched Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom yet, so I'm going down a journey, and that's my Zelda journey. Tell me about yours. I'll see you next time.